Hi friends, it's Terry Stewart, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Central Maryland. So I'm back for a second try at my Pocket Tag gift card holder. I tried yesterday, I did a live, and at the end of the live I realized that my camera stand had drifted my camera and you couldn't see anything I was doing or stamping or talking about. So I'm going to give it another try today. I'm moving the camera. If you get sick, look away because the camera's moving. And up it goes. You can see my ceiling and my light, my big head. Get the camera turned around. Alright, so I'm going to keep an eye on this stand today. I was trying to watch on my laptop, but my laptop had froze, so I did not know that the camera was out of position, and yeah, it was just a disaster. It was a hot mess. I figured it out at the end of the video, but by then it was too late. And thank you to those who reached out to tell me that I had camera issues. So here we go. The products I'm using today, and actually the good thing about having yesterday as a kind of a dry run, or unfortunate, is now I have a sample. So this is the card. It is a pocket card that holds a gift card. So you can give a gift card, and you pull this tag out, and you lift the gift card, and there's a Christmas tree. If you turn it over, there's a Merry Christmas. On the back side of my card, I didn't put a sentiment because I figured I would write a personalized message. So this is the card, an envelope, and then the paper I'm using is the Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper, and then I have some stamping. These trees come from the Peaceful Deer, and then the 'Tis the Season, the Merry Christmas, that is from the Brightest Glow, and those are found in this mini catalog. And the mini catalog ends, well, it says through December 2022, but this actually goes till January 4th, right down here. So you see the sales period. So you have a few more days, just a few more days. Many of the things in this catalog are retiring, and if you didn't purchase them earlier, you may not be able to get them now. So that's unfortunate. So here's the Leaves of Holly. This bundle is available, but the paper that I'm using, the Boughs of Holly down here, it has sold out and is no longer available. And then on page 33, this is the Brightest Glow stamp set, and I'm using the 'Tis the Season and the Merry Christmas. I just love these fonts. I love the sayings, all is merry and bright. Happy New Year, I've used that. So it's kind of sad to see this retire. One of the other things I'm using on page 31 is this glimmer paper, and you get the gold, the vanilla, very vanilla, and this evening evergreen. This also has sold out and retired, so hopefully if you don't already have it, you can use something else. So here is my card. Let me put this over here so you can see. And then I've cut most of the pieces out. So there's this glimmer paper. Here's the measurement, 1.5 inches by 4.25 inches. If you check out my blog, I'm going to, actually right now, all this information is on my blog. When I post this to YouTube, if you check out the link below, the description below, the link to the blog post with all these measurements in metric and imperial will be there. So glimmer paper, 1.5 by 4.25 or 3.7 by 10.5 centimeters. Now, the paper, I'm coming to the end of my Boughs of Holly. I no longer had a piece of this design with the trees, so this is another design from that Boughs of Holly, and it's kind of floral, has different colors, but all the same colors. So there's the soft mint macaron. So you get some mint macaron in here. You have some dark evening evergreen, So it has similar colors. And then, of course, on the other side, I mean, you can use that if you want. We're making a non-Christmas card. Maybe you're kind of looks like a camo pattern. Maybe you could make a masculine camo card. Anyway, that's the pattern I'm using. I am sticking with this evening evergreen stripe. And it has this beautiful floral pattern on the background. The same colors, the mint macaron, the evening evergreen. So once you buy once you have the DSP and you have the cardstock, you can mix and match. So we have a piece of mint macaron that's 2 5/8 by 5.5, or 6.7 by 14.9 centimeters, and we're going to make a tag of these two. I didn't show that yesterday in my failed video, so I am going to do that today. I did bring my paper trimmer over. Then we have a 1/4 sheet of mint macaron, a die cut. This is the Stylish Shapes dies, and actually I said yesterday was this one. It's actually the largest one, the largest of these flagged. And you can see it has some little decorative edge to it, like a paper pierced edge. So that's in basic white. And these dies are in the mini, no, not in the mini. They are in the annual catalog. So you can find those there. And then we have a piece of white, basic white, and it's 4 by 5.25 or 10 by 14.4 centimeters. And this is the back where we can write our personal message. So before I begin stamping, I wanted to bring in my paper trimmer, well actually before I do that, and talk about how I made the flag ending, or the tag. So let me remove these. Okay, so I'm using my grid paper, and this is the Imperial. So each of these are 1/4 inch, each of these little squares, and I'm going to put my corner here, and I'm going to mark 2 over and 2 down. So this is a 1/2 inch up and a 1/2 inch down. And then I'm going to do the same on this, a 1/2 inch over and a 1/2 inch down. And then I'm going to cut between these 2 marks. And the same with my mint macaron. I'm going to mark 2, a 1/2 inch over and a 1/2 inch down. And for the other side, same, 1/2 inch over and a 1/2 inch down. Now, if you're the metric, when I did it yesterday, it was a little under, oh gosh, a centimeter, because each of the blocks I think is a 0.5 centimeters. So if you're doing metric, yeah, it's a little bit like, basically you just want to, and then you line these up on the cutting. So each of the marks are in this cutting groove in the center, and slice them off. The same this way. Both marks in the cutting groove. Slice those off, and then we're going to do the same for our DSP. And hopefully I can see. You might not be able to see, but I can just make out the mark here and the mark here. I think that's the mark. Yeah. I'll slice that out. So 2 up, 2 down basically is how we're marking these to get this tag. There we go. And the other thing I want to do while I have this cutter out is on this piece of mint macaron, I want to score it on the bottom, so the opposite side from at the bottom. So we're going to tag the top, make a tag, and then at the bottom I'm going to score a 1/2 inch, and this would be 1 centimeter for our metric friends. All right, so that is how we make our tag top. Make the, looks like a tag, and now I can erase those little pencil marks. That should be pretty easy to get rid of. Yeah, and you can't really see it, but just in case, I'll put my eraser over these edges. And now, get rid of all that. And now we can do some stamping. So I'm going to stamp on my DSP. I'm going to stamp on my Mint Macaron. I'm going to stamp on my Stylish Shape. I'm going to stamp on the white piece. And I would stamp on an envelope, but I didn't bring an envelope over, but that's what I put on it. So I'm going to start with Evening Evergreen, and this is one of the colors in that DSP, so I'm kind of mimicking the colors. Now, as I said, the Brightest Glow, that's where I'm going to be using the 'Tis the Season and the Merry Christmas. And then from Peaceful Deer, so Brightest Glow is in the mini catalog. It's ends January 4th. Peaceful Deer is in the annual catalog, so this one will be available after January 4th, while that catalog is. And you know what? I'm just seeing my camera stand is drifting down again. Oh, so let me lift it up. Let me see. And I don't know why it won't stay put. Oh. Okay, see, you can see it drifting down. Oh, is it going to stop or not? Oh, okay. No, it is not stopping. Okay, so let's tighten all these knobs up. I don't know where. Is it still? How are we doing? Still drifting. Darn. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe it's settled. Okay. Okay. Let's hold our breath. I'll keep an eye on that. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is like traumatizing. Once it happens to you, you're like, is it going to keep happening? Never had this issue before. Whew. All right. Back on track. We're stamping. So let me bring in my 'Tis the Season from the Brightest Glow. That's not that one. 'Tis the Season. And this is going to be stamped on my Stylish Shapes. Oh, now I'm like, ugh. I keep thinking this camera's going to keep drifting down. Whew. All right, let's get back to stamping because that's fun. Drifting cameras, not so much fun. All right, and center that. I'm just eyeballing it up. Nice. And while I had this Evening Evergreen out, I'm going to take this big tree, and this is from the Peaceful Deer. And I'm going to stamp, ink it up. And it's photopolymer, so you can look through and see if you have ink everywhere. And it looks like I do. And I'm going to stamp this like right in the center, trying to get it straight up and down without putting my hand in the ink pad. And this will be, the gift card will be hidden, will hide this tree. So it's kind of a little, like a hidden message. There we go. Okay, is this camera? I think the camera's still drifting. Darn it. Where is the problem? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna, I hate to keep jiggling this camera, but I just don't know what the thing is. All right, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Hopefully this will work. Then on the back of my Mint Macaron, I'm going to do a Merry Christmas in Mint Macaron ink. Find it. Here we go. Okay, keep an eye out. And this Merry Christmas is going to go right in the middle and center it. And hopefully it comes out straight. I think yesterday I had a little issue with it being downhill, but that looks good. I'm happy with that. And okay, so we got this, oh, and then I have these little trees from Peaceful Deer. So you can see this is almost twice as tall, so it's not going to fit, but I have a plan for that. I'm going to use some masking. So this tree will can fit right in. Again, it's photopolymer, so I can see if some of the branches I didn't get ink on. And I'll put that right on the left-hand side. And then for this one, I'm going to bring in one of my sticky notes. Because the tree is too tall, it will go off. I'm going to mask the edge where that paper piercing is and do the tree right next on the right hand side. That way nobody will ever know that that tree was really too big for that die cut. Okay, and I believe that is all the stamping. Now we can get to assembling. So I'm going to adhere my DSP tag. And it was so hard to pick a pattern from this Boughs of Holly because I loved all the patterns. I mean, especially these floral and the colors, the berries. It just looks so festive. And just center that. And on the bottom of it, it should just be very close to where you have scored the bottom. I'm bringing my bone folder, and this is going to get crisped up that score line. And I think my camera is drifting again. Oh, sorry about the jiggly camera. Okay. All right, hopefully and it's still drifting down. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll have to look into that after this presentation. So our tag is done. I meant to stamp on this. So see, this camera thing has me all flustered. Okay, so bring back my soft succulent, and I'm going to do the big tree in the back like I did on the tag, except this is in the soft succulent rather than the evening evergreen. Either way, I think either color would look nice. And then that becomes the back part of our card. So let me bring in my liquid glue and adhere that. So that's the back. And then for our front, we're going to turn this over. And our DSP. Now this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/2. So you want to make sure that you get it turned right. See, this is the 4 1/2. That's not going to work. It has to be turned. And this really does not have an up or down. You see the sprig goes up, this one goes down, this one goes up. So I think I'm just going to leave it in this pattern. So when I adhere it to the card front, I'm just doing the sides. Put a little thin bead of glue on the left, the right, and the bottom. This forms our pocket. Turn that over. And then just line up the corners and on the cardstock. There you go. So back, the front, and then the pocket. So we have not adhered the top part. And we'll put our glimmer paper, will line up the top edges. So this is 4 1/4, so it's the same width as our DSP and our cardstock base. And with the liquid glue, it makes it easy to kind of slide it into place. And line up those edges. Wipe away the little bit of glue that seeped out on the edge. Okay. And I added a little decorative gold shimmer ribbon. This is a 1/4 inch shimmer ribbon. 6.4 millimeters. So you can cut off, since we know that this is 4 1/4, you can measure 4 1/4, or we can just lay it down and snip up the edges, which I'm going to do here. So I'm bringing in my tear and tape, and I'm going to eyeball where the middle, just right down the middle of the glimmer paper, tear that off. And then if I burnish the tear and tape cover, it makes it easier to take off that cover. You have to get your Picket tool underneath and lift off that cover. And now we can bring in our gold shimmer ribbon and just place that right over the tear and tape. See, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then bring in my snips and just snip it off. So you can measure first, or you can just go for it and trim the edges. So that's what I like to do. And the last little piece here is bringing in some dimensionals for the back of our die cut stylish shapes. And I find I'm using this stylish shape for a lot of sentiments, and it really works well with sentiments. So we got our dimensionals. And I am changing one thing. So when I made this card yesterday, I didn't have my sample because I had given it away. Oh, I think one of my nieces or nephews got a Christmas gift card. So I was kind of going on memory, and I forgot how I did the tag. So you want some way when you pull this out to let people know they should pull it out. You know, when you put this in, that this needs to come out. So on this card, I used the same shimmer ribbon. But then when I went back and found a photo of my original, I realized that I had used linen thread. So this one I'm going to use linen thread also. So I have my hole puncher here. I'm going to eyeball it up where the center is and punch a hole. And now I'm going to use my linen thread. And when I went back and looked, I saw that I had used 10 inches. So let me use my grid at the bottom. 10 inches is about that much. And it is a little, because it's been on that little round bolt, I'm just going to use my nail and kind of straighten it out a little bit. Fold it in half. I'm actually, I think fold it, so that's in half, and I'm going to fold it in half again. So it is a little fiddly. And then I'm going to put it through the hole, pull it through on the other side, get all 4 strands, and then you have this loop. Grab, there we go, and then just trim that off. And then you have the pull thing. I think it's kind of self-evident then that when you put this in, oh, where's my gift card? Where did it go? Oh, it's in here. There it is. So this, put your gift card here. It hides that tree. And slide your tag into the pocket. And there is your pocket gift card. Woohoo! Nice. So now I have 2 more gift pocket tag gift card holders, because you know, gift giving is still going on for the holidays. I know some of us are still giving gifts. I am. So that is the project. I don't know which, I think I like them both, you know. Oh, this kind of got a little cockeyed. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh, yeah, better, much better. Just looked a little wonky to me. So it doesn't really matter which pattern you use in the DSP pack. I like them both. Like them both. I hope you like them both. So the other thing I was showing is coming up. So we talked about that the mini catalog ends January 4th. Well, then January 5th, we have celebrations starting. I can't show you inside until January 5th, but trust me, you're going to like celebration. And also starting January 5th, we have this new mini catalog starting. And also can't show you the inside of this until January 5th. But if you need or would like catalogs, either one, the mini, the new January mini, or the celebration, hit me up. I'd be glad to put one into the mail for you. Or drop one by if you're local. All right. Hi, Rose. I'm glad you could join me. Yeah, that little ledge for the gift card, so it doesn't slide in, it kind of keeps it, and because it's a little tight pocket, it just keeps the gift card in the right place. Anyway, there are the finished product. Check out my blog, link below, or if you're watching on replay on YouTube, on Facebook, I'll have the link to my blog post that has all the measurements and ingredients that I've used. If you're watching on YouTube, same deal, check the description below, hit the link, and takes you to my blog that has all the measurements and cutting ingredients and cutting measurements. So like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll get notified when I'm going live with a new product or when I upload a new project. Follow me on Facebook and you'll know when I'm going live. So I'm wishing everybody a happy new year, and remember, stamping is fun. Bye.